Who'll
Hey,
join us
Phyllis, you hide
tonight.
behind you like that man that used to be behind the fence. I can see the top of your head. No, that weren't Phyllis.
That
Hey,
was.
Gene, that was Gene hiding
No,
behind
it was
the
Phyllis.
fence.
I don't know where Phyllis went. We lost her. There
Uh,
she is. All right. All
okay.
right. Let me see. See who's texting me now. I bet it's Emily. Yeah, it is.
I figured.
All right. All right. So let me see. Start with role verification. Now, according to the registrar, if they don't do the EVA, that does not mean that we can't verify them. He said there's two things that we need to do for verification. So let me go over the first one. The first one, of course, is to go to Home Looking Glass, click on Manage Classes, and this is how you do when it's open, and they'll send you an email for classes on role verification. You do not have to verify intern shells. You only have to verify class lists. So here's where you do it. Again, on Looking Glass, this is Banner. Under Web Connect, go to Manage Classes, and then here it is. Now, right now, as you can see, if I click on that, it's not open at this time, but that's where you go to do it. Now, you go there to do it for your classes, it's based on one of two things, and let me go over that with you. All right, so when you go to a class, let's say I go to my C2 class, I go here, I go to my class, then I go to Full Grade Center, and I check two things. I check the EVA and see if they verified. And move that out of the way. I check that column, but I also check this column right here, the one that says last access. See, now like James Sturgill, that's Travis. He has not EVA'd, but he has been in. You see the last access? He's been in today. So that counts as a verification that he has been with us.
Okay.
So one of those two things. Now I will. Oh Lord, Emily's email has texted me 4 more times.
Well, while you're being interrupted, may I interrupt and say I have done role. I thought I had done role verification on the semesters where they were paying.
No, you don't. You don't do role verification on the intern shell. Let me be clear.
On the shell. Okay.
Shell. Okay. They will send you a link. You will verify interns, but I'm talking about for a class.
Okay, thanks.
Verify in the intern shell. This is for class shell only. When they send you a link for role verification, you'll click on it, and whatever needs to be verified will come up. Now, you can check your shell to see if they've been in there. You can do it the same way in your intern shell. There is no EVA in your intern shell, but you can check to make sure that they've been in there.
Well, that's okay. I just knew in the past I had, but I wasn't.
But not in the shell. You will verify them, but not in the shell.
Thank you.
But thank you. For the class, you need to check. But if they, just like Travis, he's been in there, but he hadn't EVA'd. So I believe Victoria was in there May 25th, but she didn't EVA yet. And so what I will do is tomorrow when we're back in section, I will go to all my classes, and the ones who haven't EVA'd for your class, you need to send them an email reminder to fill out the EVA.
I did that today, Dale.
Okay, that's fine, but make sure you do it by tomorrow. I'm going to do mine in the morning. Just like with Travis, I'll send him an email in the morning and say you need to go in and do your EVA. I'll also do Victoria because she hasn't EVA'd yet. So I will send those in the morning. So make sure that you do that, because I'm guessing role verification will probably open either tomorrow or Wednesday. Today is a holiday, and so it didn't open today, but I'm guessing drop ad was Thursday, and so They don't normally do EVA on Friday. We had a holiday this Monday, so I'm guessing it'll come through tomorrow. So let's make sure that we, if you have one that you're unsure of, please don't no-show them, because getting them back re-enrolled takes an act of Congress. So please don't no-show somebody. If you're unsure, email me and I'll track them down. But otherwise, unless somebody has said I'm withdrawing or somebody hadn't been in there, let me know and before we no-show them, because it's really hard to get them back once they're no-show. Our person who's ultimately in charge of all this stuff is a little difficult to deal with, so that's enough said on that. So that's role verification. And intern shells, you need to check your class roster for your EVA and for if they've been in there. Intern shells, you don't verify, but you do verify interns, and they'll send you a link. All right, next thing. I've been having this problem myself several times, and I know you probably don't know it. They put a link here on front. It's called Quickly.
Quickly.
When you sign into Blackboard, everything's good. All right. When you click on that, it's going to show all your courses. And here you won't have near as many as me, but make sure they're all turned on. I've had to turn 2 of mine on twice each that were turned off for some reason. I have no idea why they're turning themselves off, but they are. Students are complaining they can't get in. Also, we found this in Danny's shells. Kind of give a cursory view in your class shells and your intern shells. When you open them up, scroll down through course overview and make sure that everything, it'll say not available, just like this one. Item is not available. This is the hidden note. That's not supposed to be available. But we found out in 2 of Danny's shells that his introduction, meet your instructor, and his syllabus and first steps became unavailable for some reason after the update. Remember, they're still working on all the problems from the update week before last, and so check your shells and make sure everything in your shell is available. Look over here on the side. There'll be an extra little box like this discussion is hid. There's a little box next to it. I've got it hid. That's the hidden symbol. I intentionally hid that one. But if you see that symbol next to something over here in your menu, that means it's hidden from student view. Now, you might have some things in your shell that you want to hide from student view, because I've got some extra things in your shell to give you some options. But check and make sure that everything that you want them to see is available. Because again, we've had this problem to happen. I've had my DEOL shell, my statistics class, everything on it went unavailable. I had to go back and open them all back up. Now, why that does that, I don't know. And when I ask the people in charge, they don't know either. And the most insulting thing I can say about anybody is they know less than me. And so,
Dale, I noticed a couple of things like under the Zoom weeks, a couple of those documents I tried to open today, and it said that I did not have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like under, I was looking under Zoom week 3, there's a couple of documents in there, and it says I don't have access to them. The role of the principal and the bullying prevention.
All right. I do not know why. Again, these are just bugs in the system. I will email those back out, and you can just reload them.
Okay.
If you find things that aren't available, email me, and I'll email you them back. The role of the principal, this is just 288, but I will send you these documents. Whatever, when you find things like that, let me know.
Okay.
They were available at some point. All right. Before I get out of here, you notice up here on the top right where it says my name and it has 2. if you will keep this cleaned out, this tells you when you have submissions in Blackboard. So if I click on that and then click on the little clock.
Dale, we can't see it. The pictures are in the way though. Wherever you were, I know where you're talking about, but you can't see where your cursor was.
You'll have to move your pictures.
Yeah.
I moved mine.
Okay.
That would be operator error on your end.
Okay.
There you go.
I know where it is. I just wanted to make sure. I got you. I'll take the blame.
All right. If you will go here when you click, I had a few while ago and I left them. So I can see what's been added. Now, anything that's hooked to my grade center will be here. Now, the reason I'm going over this, and I get everybody's, and so there's Dr. Stephanie, he got something a few minutes ago. So I can see the work that I need to go in and grade, and I will dismiss all these so I'll know when new notifications come in, and I'll go in and catch those in a few minutes. But here's the trick. On your intern shell, where if they use the discussions on your intern shell, I specifically have not linked that to Grade Center. So what you will have to do on an intern shell is find your shell. When you go to it, you go to needs grading, but you'll also on your intern shell, as a reminder, you will have to go open your intern shell. Anything that they've submitted for evaluation will be under Grade Center needs grading. I don't have anything, but if they put anything in for your comments, it'll be under discussions, and you have to view that individually. It's not, I don't have that linked to Grade Center for a reason. And you look at unread posts, you can see those over here on the right. And if there are any unread posts, and I got them all this morning, there hadn't been any more put in since this morning. Let me double check the second page here. No. But when students say, I put work in your shell, and you say, well, it doesn't show up under needs grading. That's true. It doesn't. You have to go to discussions on your shell. Now, in your classes, I have everything linked unless you disable the links. I have everything linked, so all you have to do is click on needs grading. For example, I'll show you. I have everything linked. Like in my C2 shell or 603, I just click on it. I go to needs grading. Anything that needs to be grading will pop up just like that, even if it's discussion boards, because I have them linked to Grade Center. I've done that in all your classes. Hold one second. All right. So even though these are just discussion boards, as you can see, I have them linked. But again, I did not link discussion boards in your class shells because students, you have to give a grade in order for it to get out of it. And students get really upset. Well, I just put a rough draft in there. I didn't know it was going to get graded. And you can't, I don't care how many times you tell them, they can't understand that that's just a placeholder. They don't understand what that means. And so if we link it to Grade Center, they have to get a grade on it. So I did not link those to Grade Center. But please remember, the bottom line is, please remember to go to your intern shell and check discussions for students who are putting work in, rough drafts for you to look at for them. Okay, so that's that one. Now, task stream. You cannot see work for review in task stream like in their competency folio until they request comments from you. Let me make sure I get out of this and go over here. So when you sign in, you get a notification. If the student says, I want you to review my competency folio or review something for me in my DRF, you have to click on the reviewer tab and you have to go to the DRF that they're in. It doesn't pop up like for evaluation. You have to find, like say it's a Spring 18 add-on, you have to go there, continue, and there's the work that has been submitted to me for me to look at, and it'll be in red where to go and look. It'll say new submission. Now, if they have not selected you, it won't show up. And you can't go back to you can't access their folder the first time until they select you for comments. We've been having that problem lately. We don't have any new students this semester. Everybody should have requested comments on their folio last semester from their coaches. Hopefully, we're not going to have that problem this semester. But again, if you get a task stream notification that somebody's requested comments, you have to manually go to reviewer, and then you have to know, you keep the notification and find which DRF they're in, and you go in manually and find it. It's not like when they put something in for evaluation and there's a button here that's a shortcut that takes you to whatever work needs to be evaluated. There is not a shortcut button for reviewing. You have to manually go and find that student in their DRF. And they had to have selected you for comments in order for you to access that. I wish they both worked the same, but they don't. So you just got to remember that reviewer, you manually have to track that student down in TaskStream. It won't pop up. So you see, when I go from evaluator to reviewer, there's not a shortcut button there. You have to remember what DRF they're in, click on that DRF. The good news is it will tell you if there's new work submitted. It'll be in red right here. And just like me, I check all of my DRFs every day, even if I don't get notifications. And if there's something in red, I know to go in and look for it. If there's nothing in red, I just go back to the next one. So I check all of mine every morning. I get up, I start with this one, nothing in that one, nothing red. And I go through all 6 that I have active right now. Make sure there's nothing in red, and it's that fast to check them. But you have to check all of them manually, and I do that every day. So if you get comments, if there are requests for comments, you have to manually track them down. There is no shortcut button like for evaluation. I've asked Seth to pursue that and see if he can figure out a way to get that done, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, so that's everything I had on my list. Role verification, you verify your class shell, not your intern shell, but they will send you a link to verify your interns. Class roster or EVA, if they've been in there on your class roster, if its last date in there was this semester, then you can verify them. Don't no-show anybody until you checked with me, because it's an act of Congress to get them put back if they're still with us. On your intern shells, make sure you check discussion board individually. It's not linked to your grade center. Check course availability every once in a while, that quickly link, and make sure that all your courses are available. Check course availability. I've been having 2 times within the last 4 days, I've had 2 courses to become unavailable. And as soon as they do, students scream and yell. Task stream reviewer, you have to manually hunt those down. And then the last thing on our list is Thursday, I'll be doing a town hall at 7 o'clock. Danny's going to start it. I'm going to be on the road to Greenville, South Carolina, and I will join in hopefully on time. But Danny's going to send out, he's already sent the link. I've already sent to all your students. The 603 add-ons, we're going to do a town hall for them. To try to make sure that they get up to speed quickly. I told the groups last week that they had 2 weeks to do the first 2 tasks, because obviously task 2 of the OMA is just a copy and paste with the first 3 tasks of the APTEL. We all know that, but they don't seem to understand that we're not going to paste them like we did in 601. We're not going to send them reminders. I got an email yesterday, what's due by next Sunday? Well, look at the weekly schedule. If you want to know what's due, please remember all of the shells that I have put the weekly turn-ins right here. A weekly class schedule. They should be able to access this on their own, but we're not going to send them notifications every week of what they did and didn't do. It's time for them to step up. It tells them what's due every week right here for the class. And then the task stream schedule is also right here, task stream requirements and weekly schedule. We need to start making sure that we direct them to the shell to find out when things are due. And I told them we would give them a little extra time on task 1, that task 1 and 2 would need to be in there by next Monday. I don't know why they can't understand that that means next Monday.
Yeah, Phyllis just asked a question, Dr. Lamb.
All right, let me go to that one. Yeah, the 603 is I'm going to cover the OMA more in depth, the skip and the cap. I'm going to make sure I cover those. I covered task 1 and 2 the other night of the OMA. I'm going to recover those quickly, and then I'm going to cover tasks 3 and 4. Then I'm going to cover all 4 tasks of the skip, and then I'm going to cover cap 1. We're on such a short time frame, we can't bear for them to continue to stumble around here at the beginning and not get it.
Dr. Lamb.
Cover these one big time, and then you can cover them individually. You can go back over them with them. But, you know, we really need to stress 603 this summer, not get behind.
Right. Dr. Lamb, I don't know how many's online that's teaching the 605 add-on licensure program. In monitoring those students, and I know it's just we're finishing the first week, but I know we don't have a lot of weeks before the July 1 deadline. I'm already concerned about their pacing. I'm not seeing enough, and I know some of these students, they will put it in the end. I'm not seeing enough, so I don't know what they're seeing on their end working with those students. We may need to think about, after another week, looking where they are and coming back online with them if we need to.
Was this 605 add-on?
The 605 add-on.
Yeah, we've already done the town hall for the 605 regular.
Yeah, I know, but I've been monitoring closely things, and like I said, I know it's the first week, but they've got a lot. They got 2 things to do, 2 evidences to do this semester, and I'm just concerned that, you know, that they're pacing themselves like they're supposed to. That's my only concern.
Yeah, well, we can do a 605 add-on town hall if we need to.
We might need to think about that after this week.
605 instructors need to let me know if we need to do that. You know, we made this move to 3 semester programs, and then asked, do we think they could make it? Well, that would have, you know, in 3 semesters, that would have been the question to ask before you moved to 3 semesters, seems to me like. It's kind of out of the barn now, but it didn't matter before. But now that we're trying to get CAPE accredited, it matters, because outcomes matter now. The number of students who finish on time with their cohort, the number that get jobs, and the ratings in those jobs all factor into accreditation now. And so these kinds of things do matter. So we can't have 40, 50, or 60% of our folks at the end of the semester not be on pace and have to go to 699. Anita says she wants to wait another week. I think that's very prudent, Dr. Sanders, about the 605 add-on. I'm doing the 603 because we've had so many calls and requests and can't get their mind around task 1 that I'm just going to do another one with them. We did one last week, but well, I tell you, they just they wanted to jump in their pocket. I believe if this crowd went fishing, they'd expect the fish to jump in the boat with them. I just can't believe it. We do so much for them in 601 because they have so much, but doesn't matter how many times I tell them that we're going to wean them in 603, they expect somebody to do all this stuff for them. And so, but we do need to try to keep them up if at all possible. But yeah, that's a good idea, Dr. Sanders. All right, in terms of a faculty meeting, do we need to meet again next Monday, or can we wait 2 weeks? Y'all tell me what you want to do.
Okay, I think we're good to wait 2 weeks.
All right. Now, if y'all need, if you want to do a town hall, just let me know. I don't have to participate, or y'all can participate. Somebody can lead it besides me, and you can invite all the different sections. We can do that. Just let us know. If you folks that are teaching 605 add-on feel like you need to do a town hall where we, do a little come to Jesus meeting and I yell at them a little bit, I'll be glad to, or you can yell at them yourselves. That's up to y'all. I don't have any problems yelling at them.
So Dale, we'll meet 2 weeks, and then we'll be on a 2-week schedule.
We'll be back on our 2-week schedule. I hate to burn everybody out meeting. Try to keep these at 30 minutes and try to do them every other week. I know you got a lot going on in your lives. You got your own classes. Some of you do 7 o'clock Monday night class, and it takes a while to get all your things up and going. You want to kind of clear your mind. Just like me, every time I get ready for class, somebody calls, emails, or texts, or does all three when I'm trying to get started. So, I don't want to wear us out, but I'm just trying to keep everybody up to speed on what we're doing. I appreciate all that you do. I know you're underpaid and overworked, but that's kind of the nature of the business nowadays. But I think our students are doing really well. I'm pleased with the quality of the work. As I said, I was very happy we only had one that didn't make it in the spring. Phyllis tried very hard, but she did a yeoman's job. But Gary he'd already decided he wasn't going to do it. We only had one in the spring, but those were 5-semester people. This is the first group coming up this summer. That's 3 semester that finishes in the 10-week summer session. And this is going to be the litmus test to see how well this 3-semester deal is going to work, in my opinion.
Dr. Lamb, may I suggest something to see what the others think? I know we've got so much going on with classes on different times, some on Monday night, some on Tuesday night, some on Wednesday night. Now, personally, I like the fact that when we came on that late that Sunday afternoon, and I don't know what the others think about. I would love to do, if we in 2 weeks, do it on a late Sunday afternoon, and go ahead and get the faculty meeting over with on the Sunday afternoon if the others did. But if not, then I'll go along with whatever everybody else.
Are we talking about June 10th?
I would say June 10th and do it. You did it at 4 o'clock last time. I would say at 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and people are usually settled in for the evening.
See, I can't do every Sunday because I have class on Saturday.
Okay. Nita said it doesn't work for the preacher's wife. I'm okay with the Mondays.
It doesn't work for me.
Well, I have my office hours that day.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with the Mondays. That's okay.
All right, so we're going to do it at 6 o'clock on Monday the 11th, 6 p.m. faculty. Yeah, I have to go in the afternoon before church time, and then in the month of the 17th I have class on Sunday. July 1st I have class on Sunday.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that. You have classes.
I have class on Sunday.
I had forgotten about that.
And boy, that crowd, you talking about a lucky day for them. They get to spend all day with me in class, and I do a sermon at 9 a.m. So if you can survive that, you're tough.
So you preach and teach.
You better believe it. 9 o'clock on Sunday. You better believe it. I've got a coat and tie on, and I get after it. Yes, sir. If I can't go, then I get to do it myself. And so
Sunday, June 11th.
So I am.
Monday, June the 11th.
Monday, June 11th.
June the 11th.
I do a trilogy. My sermon is a trilogy. It's a 3-parter. And I do servant leadership, living your life with integrity and building your life on a firm foundation of Christ. I do a trilogy on my 3 Sundays with scripture. I do. Rick Warren is. I've copied most of his stuff, but I credit him on the building your life on the foundation. But yeah, when we have class on Sunday in the doctoral program, we do a sermon at 9 o'clock, or I do. Everybody else just does devotional. I want you to get your money's worth if you're with me. I do a full sermon. We even pass the plate, benediction. I got a tape recording of Just As I Am. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. Y'all would enjoy it.
Wow.
All right, we're done for the day. I'll send the video out later. I appreciate all you do. If you've got questions, issues, comments, let me know. This thing's going to go really, really quick, and it's going to be a monster.
It already is.
3 semester people. It's going to be a monster. And we're going to see if we can make it through in 3 semesters, finishing in the summer. The last group that did this finished in the fall, which is the longest semester. There's actually 18 weeks in that semester. We take 2 off, but they still have 18 weeks of time. This one, they don't have but 10 weeks, and we have to cut it off a little bit shorter because of graduation is a little quicker on this one as well. And so we're going to see. Everybody's going to have to pick up their feet and run, including us. All right, I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. If you need me, holler.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Everybody have a good week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye. All right, stop share from